People seem to really dislike Final Fantasy XIII, but I'll be totally honest, it's one of my favorite games in the franchise. The big complaint against Final Fantasy XIII is that it's too linear. I don't particularly mind both the story and the mechanical progression of the characters. It's actually, I think it's kind of refreshing. Each character starts off with access to 2 or 3 of the 6 potential skill trees, which you will eventually unlock as you play the game. And again, a common complaint against the skill tree is that it's too linear. Unlike the sphere grid where you were technically able to move around on it, the skill tree in 13, it's just a straight path with like some little diversions, but you stay to that straight path. And while the leveling system I feel is very linear, I think the battle system is actually really, really fun. You have 2 things to consider, the stagger bar and the party composition. The stagger bar is very easy to understand. The enemy has a stagger bar. Once it's filled up, then you can start dealing massive damage to them. The party composition is where I think 13 really shines because you're able to switch mid-battle. So a frequent thing that I did is I would start off the battle with one of my characters debuffing, one of my characters buffing, and one of my characters healing as the boss started laying on attacks to us. Then once they got to a certain point, I would switch to a tank and 2 DPS. And then once we got the stagger bar down, just 3 DPS to beat the crap out of them. And if I ever had any problems with the enemies, I would switch to a tank and 2 healers to focus the damage on the tank while the healers brought everyone back up to full health. And it made battles really tense in a way not a lot of games get to in the Final Fantasy franchise. The story is often also called linear, but I actually really enjoyed the characters. I felt like these were real people that had real feelings about each other, even if they didn't really like each other. And it just felt good to watch them go from being essentially outcasted by their society to saving it. I think Final Fantasy XIII is a great place to start if you're not looking to deal with all the complicated mechanics of the previous games, and you just want a game that you can sit down and play and just enjoy. One more thing. Final Fantasy XIII is actually a rare case where the mainline series gets direct sequels, and it actually gets 2 sequels, which I've heard are really good, and I actually liked 13 so much, I'm going to go back and play them. I'm not going to play any of the other sequels, only 13-2 and 13-3. My favorite representation from Final Fantasy XIII, I'm cheating again by picking both Fang, Vanille, and Ragnarok, but I think that Wizards being willing to bring Meld back just for these 2 characters is such a cool decision, and I really just appreciate how much thought must have gone into, can we bring Meld back? Should we bring Meld back? And yeah, you can, and you should.